Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a really interesting video for you. If you've seen me out and about in the city when I'm working, a lot of people notice that I carry this. This is an aluminum briefcase by Zero Halliburton. Now, the Zero Halliburton briefcase in its own right is a story for another day. The brand has an incredible history, and really these briefcases have been pretty much everywhere, to every corner of the earth, and actually into outer space. But you can imagine me walking around with such a Deal or No Deal-esque style of case. You get onlookers asking questions. What's in the case? Is it full of money, right? Today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys an inside look to 8 things that I keep inside of this, my briefcase.
All right, so first things first, let's open up my briefcase. So the very first thing that I keep inside of my briefcase, which probably would come as no surprise, is my laptop. I use a 13-inch MacBook Pro with Touch Bar. This is a quad-core unit. I use it for work. I use it for running the Aston Martin Owners Club. I also use it for editing these videos. And you pretty much can't go anywhere these days without having your laptop with you. So I think that's an absolute must. Second, and I think this one's probably my second most important thing to take with me, is my journal. I have this beautiful Tuscan tan journal that I picked up from Hermes in Milan. I am one of those people who jots down all of my notes, so I think having that with me is very, very vital in my day-to-day tasks. Next from there, you can't write anything down without a writing instrument, so I go everywhere with my Princess Grace Monaco limited edition Mont Blanc. This is oftentimes seen on my desk. I bring it with me pretty much everywhere that I go. Now, you can't go anywhere without looking cool, so usually I go with some sort of sunglasses. At the moment, I'm wearing these really cool Ray-Bans, just the classic Ray-Ban Aviator, but one of the things that I like with these ones is they have virtually no tint on them at all. So I'll go, you can see just very, very little tint on these. So I'll go out in public and I have my cool shades. All right, so I've got my journal. I've got a way to write down things in my journal. I've got my laptop and I've got my cool shades. What else do I have in my briefcase? Well, I have to have ways of plugging things into my laptop, so I usually go everywhere with this little dongle. It gives me a USB port, it gives me an HDMI port, and another USB-C port. I think that these are just invaluable to have, and this particular one I actually purchased matches the aluminum of the briefcase and also of my laptop. I like to tuck that in this little section here. After that, one of the things that I find is the solid state memory on these laptops these days is never really enough. So if I'm recording videos, I always go everywhere with this cool little solid state drive. Super tiny, super portable. It gives me an extra 500 gigabytes or a terabyte worth of data. I can't remember how much I have on this one, but this is definitely a must-have. And the thing I like about this is it's just so small, you can practically just slide it into the briefcase and you hardly notice it. Now after that, I think a really important thing is when you're taking calls, and also if you're just out and about and want to distract yourself with some tunes, I go pretty much everywhere with my AirPods. A lot of people didn't even know that I had AirPods, but I pretty much use these as a business entity, and that's about all I use them for. I'll throw one bud in my ear and then I'll just sort of talk on the phone, take calls this way. But it's also super great because if you want to just jam out to some tunes, you've got your music with you. And again, I bring these pretty much anywhere I go. Last but very not least, I go everywhere with a beautiful woven paisley, sort of in the background, Eton tie. And the reason that I do this is because there are just so many different social environments where having a tie would be greatly beneficial, and maybe just wearing a blazer isn't quite enough. So I like to go with this just in case, and then that way I can fit into a little bit more of a formal setting.
So now that you guys have seen inside of my briefcase, I want to know what you guys have inside of yours. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other items that you think I should be carrying around with me every day, and also items that are sort of must-haves that you bring with you everywhere. There'll be plenty more videos to come in the coming days. See you guys soon. Cheers.